everybody, it's Becky from Icing on Top Becky's Cakes, and today we're going to make scrumptious cookie dough buttercream. If you're one of those people who like to just eat cookie dough raw, even though you shouldn't, this is totally for you because now you can do it without the guilt of, oh no, I'm going to get sick. Anyway, we're going to get right to this. If you want to have it firm up, just stick it in the fridge and you can eat it just like cookie dough bites. Or room temperature like this, and you can spread it on a cake or you can put it on cupcakes. The recipe I'm giving you today is for a large cake like this. It's a 3-layer cake and it still had plenty, and I even had some leftovers, so this is a large recipe. I am going to also show you how to cut this recipe in half. If you look down in the details, I will show you a half version in case you only want to do like 24 cupcakes or something like that. But if you want a large cake, this is the recipe I'm showing you, but you can easily half it if this is too large of a recipe for you. But anyway, I'm excited, so let's begin. We're going to take our 3 cups of room temperature unsalted butter and we're going to beat that first. We're going to beat it on medium until the butter has changed to a lighter color and is nice, fluffy, and smooth with no clumps. Once it gets to that consistency, you're just going to scrape down the side, let it go again because we want to make sure all the butter is nice and fluffy before we add the sugar. While that butter is going, I'm going to heat treat my flour, which is really simple. The reason you want to heat treat the flour is because same reason why you don't eat raw eggs. It could have harmful bacteria in it, like salmonella, E. coli, all that stuff. But it's super easy to heat treat flour because you just pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Give it a stir, pop it back in for another 30 seconds and stir it again. And that basically, the heat will just kill that bacteria. And now it is safe for consumption just like that. Okay, our butter is looking nice and fluffy and smooth. So now we're going to go ahead and add our sugar after we scrape the sides. And then we're just going to beat just the butter and the sugar together and just cream it together. So I have 2.5 cups of brown sugar here. You want to make sure that there's not hard little clumps in it. Otherwise, you're going to have those hard little clumps in your buttercream. So a lot of times that happens to brown sugar if it's been exposed to too much heat or moisture. So if you open a fresh bag, usually you're fine, but I double check it anyway. And then we put the 3 cups of the confectioner's sugar in there. And same principle with the confectioner's sugar. If it's been exposed to any humidity, you're gonna have more clumps. And then if you just sift it, you should be fine. So we're gonna cream those together, starting on low so you don't get sprayed with powdered sugar. And then once you see it all incorporate pretty good, you just wanna scrape the sides so that powdered sugar stays in, and then beat it on medium till it's well incorporated. Now that that's creamed together, we can add the rest of our ingredients. So we want 3 cups of the flour that we heat treated, 2 teaspoons of the salt, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Now, vanilla, since we're adding quite a bit, depending on the kind of vanilla you have, you can get some amazing homemade vanilla that you make, or you can get all kinds of varieties that I've seen out there. But the better quality of vanilla you have, the better your cookie dough will taste. But if you just have regular vanilla, that works as well. Then we're going to add our 1.5 cups milk. If you want it to be thicker and not as spreadable for a cake or pipeable for a cupcake, you can add less milk if you're just gonna straight up eat the cookie dough. But also this will firm up pretty good once you put it in the fridge for a while. So the amount of milk is pretty accurate for how I like it either way I use it. Whether I'm just eating it or spreading it on a cupcake or something. But we're not gonna add the chocolate chips till after we get this mixed thoroughly. Make sure we scrape the sides and give it one more mix after we've mixed in all the ingredients. I'm gonna add my 2 cups of mini chocolate chips. This is still going on low, and you could also hand mix these in, but if you just mix it just for a little bit on low with the mini chocolate chips, that works great too. Okay, so now our yummy cookie dough buttercream is ready for piping it on cupcakes, smoothing it on a cake, however you're gonna do it. If you smooth it on the cake, I like to do the rough, rustic ripple like this because you have chocolate chips in there, so it's gonna be a little rough anyway, so you gotta work with it. And then I'm just gonna add some scoops of cookie dough frosting to the top, just because, a little bit extra. And add something to the cake on top instead of just a frosted cake. So I'm gonna add 3 scoops up there, and then I'm gonna put some pieces of chocolate, and that'll be our cake. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you love this recipe as much as we do, and please subscribe to my channel.